We gotta take it week 7, G, right here, back with a legal formation, the cousins, the attorneys taking a break from the litigation to pick them. Don't trust anything I'm saying, G, because my results are absolutely horrific. Give us a recap of what week 6 looked like so we can tell the fans out there that these Hard Rock lines that we're getting from our friends over here at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino in Tampa are not easy, my friend.
Last week we're coming in with Rob coming in at 1-5.
Oh, jeez, that hurts.
Got the Bucks pick correct. I was only 2-4.
How about our special guest?
And our
Anthony
special
Eckins,
guest was also 2-4. So not a great week across the board for legal formation. But it's only the second week of picking. We're in week 3. I think we're going to hit our stride this week.
I need the comeback rally. Shout out to Anthony Macaluso, our special guest last week. Sorry, Tony. You went 2-4, pal. You killed us. You picked the New York game, upsetter. I thought he was going to get hot rest of the week, and the betting god said not so fast.
I have no regrets. My only regret is Kansas City. I said it last week. How can I bet against Mahomes? But I did it anyway, and they beat Detroit handily.
But good for you for taking Miami with the points to get on the board. You were 2-4. I was 1-5 overall for the season. I'm 2-9. Garrett at least is fighting back at 4-7. Our special guest went 2-4. But start us off, G. Week 7. As a reminder, we picked the Thursday, we picked the Bucks games, we picked the Finns, we picked the Sunday night primetime game, and we picked the Monday night game. So start us off on Thursday. Steelers at Bengals. What are we looking at?
Steelers are favored right now by 5.5 points on the Hard Rock Sports Bet. Cincinnati, they've lost 4 in a row, all pretty badly. Their defense is one of the worst in the leagues. This team was kind of built for offense with Joe Burrow, but now he's out, and so they've turned to Joe Flacco, who has some familiarity with Pittsburgh. He's been in that black and blue division, the AFC North, for a while, in and out. So, that's Cincinnati on a losing streak. Pittsburgh, they've shown they can beat the bad teams. Their defense is decent. They're coming up. The offense might be starting to turn it around at just the right time. Like Metcalf, the wide receiver.
And they're 4-1?
They're 4-1.
Coming out firing?
I think Thursday night, I just think the Bengals are going to get overwhelmed again. I think Pittsburgh can beat them by a touchdown, so that covers the 5.5 points. So I am on the terrible towels.
You're on the Steeler train.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Wiz Khalifa, Luke, put that in there. We're going Steelers.
Take it from a guy who's betting at 20% and take this one to the house. I'm going against the G money. I'm going against the Ronnie Davis. I'm going against Pittsburgh. I'm going against the terrible towels. I'm taking the Bengals at home with the 5.5, and for the sole reason that I need an upset. I need Flacco to come in here. I like what he did last week, 2 TDs, over 200 yards. I think they mesh. I think they're at home on the Thursday night. This is the upsetter. I think the Steelers, for no other reason, are due to lose. I don't think their defense is that good. At the end of the day, Luke, I'm only picking 20%, so who cares what I think? I got to get on the board. This is my upsetter to get that traction going for the comeback rally.
Might not be bad. This is the same setup as Eagles at Giants last week, and we all thought the Eagles would win.
Got stung. At 5.5, I just think they can do it. I think it's going to come down to a field goal. I think the Bengals are going to play him tough. I think Chase, I think Flacco, I think the receiving core is going to be a little bit. Now they got 2 weeks under their belt. Flacco threw some dimes out there. He looked pretty decent. He's not all world, but that's my upset pick, Luke. Put me down. Bengals at home. Luke shaking his head and said I would never put any money on that pick. I love it.
This is like the old folks bowl, man. We got 40-year-old Joe Flacco, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. Plain since whatever. We were in high school. Insanity. Yeah. All right, G, start us off. This is the one I hate, too. I'm going to kick it right back to you. Bucks at Lions. Lions getting 4.5. Bucks coming off of a huge victory at home against the Niners. Lions, I think, kind of fell apart against the Chiefs. Not their best game. Who do you got at the Monday night 7 o'clock game?
Yeah, so the Lions are favored by 4.5. For Tampa, I guess, going up to Detroit against the Lions is kind of a scary proposition. You have a lot of injury unknowns.
I'm terrified.
But at the same time, you got Baker's on fire. He's scrambling around. He's throwing bombs for TDs. You got wide receivers doing backflips in the end zone. It's all fun and games. You're 5-1. They're not backing down to anybody. On the flip side, you got Detroit. Just got beat by Kansas City. They've shown they can beat the bad teams, but in their 2 tougher games this year,
good point,
they didn't show up against the Packers and the Chiefs. I don't think Tampa Bay can be easily bullied. They're sneaky good. I like them to keep it close. Maybe there's a backdoor cover here. But I just see Tampa losing. If they do lose, I think it's going to be a very close game. And so I do like Tampa getting 4.5 points on the road on Detroit on Monday night.
Now, to your point, you just walked in, the line changed and went from 5.5 to 4.5. You still feel that confident with the Bucks losing that extra point that they were getting?
Yeah, because it's not a magic number. It's not like it went from a 6 to a 4.5, and I'm
not a
losing
two-scorer.
out. It's still, to me, it's still in the range of kind of possibilities and where I feel safe going. So yeah, it didn't really change my mind too much.
Luke, I gotta back my cousin on this one. I gotta take the Bucks. I gotta take Mayfield. I gotta take an MVP candidate and say, even though we're banged up, I am nervous. Whole wide receiving core is shot. I think we're gonna have guard issues, but our defense got some guys back. I think we're gonna play them close. I'm gonna say we're gonna beat them by 3. It's the fourth quarter. We'll take the spread to win it. Bucks with the upset at Detroit. Let's go. All I can say is Baker for president, going there for the moxie, dude. I like White from the backfield. He's running his tail off. If we can get some of those young Bucks in that receiving core, look for Otten. He's been coming on last 2 games. He's getting yards. I think he's the difference maker in the game. Also, footnote, hashtag, whatever you want to say, special teams. No missed field goals, boys. Let's pin them back on kickoffs. Let's get a little better than last week. If our special team shows up, look for Otten to have a big game, and look Baker to bake. And good Lord, Luke, let's get it done. Or put me down.
Well, you haven't
Bucks.
missed on the Bucks this year yet, so that's good omen.
Scary.
Got that going for us.
Scary. All right, I got us down. Cousins are agreeing on that one. All right, G, take me away. Who's next?
All right, we go to one of the uglier matchups on our docket today. We got 2 1-5 teams. The Dolphins are at the Browns. The Browns are favored by 3. We'll let you take this one to get us started. Rob,
Absolutely.
Who do you like here?
Reapus Bowl, bro. This one scares me. And this is what I'm going to say. It makes a lot of sense to take the Browns at home. But the Browns are 1-5. Last week, they lose 9-23 against a Pittsburgh team that was not just putting up huge numbers, right? Just slowly picked them apart. Number 2, if you look at the Dolphins' losses, the Dolphins are putting up points, man. They're losing in the fourth quarter. They're battling almost every game. So I think they actually are better than their overall record. I don't like the fact that they're banged up. I love their tight end again, but I don't like Tua coming out and saying something about missed meetings and whatnot. I don't like that in terms of gelling. I don't like people being on the hot seat. But I think it's Sunday, 1 o'clock. I think the Dolphins can go in there because that line moved to 3 instead of the 2.5 that it opened up. I like that for the Dolphins. I'm taking Fins on the road.
All right. I was watching Miami, and the defense is just pathetic to watch. It's just horrible. Always out of place. A day late, $1 short on every single play. And even on offense, like when anything good happens, it feels like it was a miracle. Like, I can't believe that we just got positive yards. I can't believe he completed that pass. So it's hard to buy into the Dolphins. I said that they hadn't lost the team, and then Tua comes out and basically saying, we lost the team. Like, guys aren't showing up to meetings.
Yeah, I hate it.
You know, how many game-winning drives you want Tua to have? He had one against Carolina. The defense blew it. He had one last week. The defense blew it. So that's a question. You know, he had a game-winning drive, and he just lost it.
His stats are good last 2 games.
How many game-winning drives do you want him to have each game? But anyway, the flip side, Cleveland.
Can't put up points.
They got no offense. The defense kind of scares me a little bit. But maybe the fact that they have no offense is maybe what the Dolphins' defense needs to kind of get back on track to be like, hey, we can actually believe in ourselves. We can do this. Plus, I think everybody knows McDaniel, you lose to Cleveland and a rookie quarterback,
Might be gone.
You're cooked. You're done.
You might be going during the season.
In the parlance of our times, you're cooked. So I'm taking Miami +3.
Like
if they lose, I think it'll be close. But I do think they have a decent shot to win, so I like Miami +3.
Yeah, with the +3 changing, I do think, even though, again, I'm only picking 20%, I think the +3 changes it. It's a full field goal. You know, we get in there, we get rowdy for the Fins, and I think they punch it in at the end.
Yeah, but it could be a push if they lose by 3. That's the only thing about the 3. If it was 3.5, I'd
feel a little better. Yeah, good
more
point.
confident. But anyway,
Luker, that takes us to
as
this.
we know, we don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I can tell you this. I only know 20% of the time, and that I would not invest much in. Luker, that takes us to Sunday night. Falcons coming off of a giant game last night, beating the freaking Bills at home, but now they're going on the road. They're going across the country. They're going to San Fran, who played the Bucs tough, but who are also, devastated by injury.
Yeah.
Our friends at the Hard Rock Casino, still waiting on those gift cards for that Council Oak. Moved the line from 2.5 to 2. I don't really know if that's a difference maker at all, but at the end of the day, do the Niners get healthy enough to come out and pound the Falcons on the Sunday night game, or just at least win by 2?
Yeah, I'm worried about the 49ers with their injury. They lost Bosa, now they lost Warner, who's an all-pro guy and leader on the defense. In Atlanta, I mean, do we believe in them now because they beat us on the game that we picked? They beat Buffalo at home, and maybe the Bills are on the downslide. They've lost the last couple games, so who knows how good that victory of Atlanta really was. So for me, I figured, hey, maybe this all comes down to coaching. And I think at the end of the day, Raheem Morris still has a lot more to prove, and I think Shanahan is in a better position to take his guys, find the matchups, get the offense going, do just enough to win. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think 49ers maybe by a field goal, which gets them the cover. So for me, it all comes down to coaching, and Shanahan just, he almost, we've talked about this before, he almost likes playing with one hand behind his back.
Yeah.
Like, can I beat you with my backups and my third stringers?
Matchups.
And he just loves to think of this stuff. So
Yeah.
matchups, yeah. So that's what it comes down to me. So I don't know if I trust Atlanta going all the way across the country to 49ers.
It's a tough road game.
Yeah.
So you're taking Niners at home.
Yes.
And I'm backing the guy out of the 813. They don't call him G Money for nothing, Luke. I'm backing my cousin. They need that extra, can they get that extra night to get healthy? At the end of the day, there are matchups, and I'd look for McCaffrey to have a big game. I watched him all during the Bucs game, out of the backfield, swing passes, handing the ball off. He's running hard. He looks healthy. Their offensive line is intact. Yes, the defense took a hit, and it matters. But at the end of the day, the Bucs didn't just blow their doors off at home, and they played them tough as nails, man. And for me, you take that and you put them at home in San Fran, good enough at them laying 2. So I'm taking with you the Niners at home.
Yeah, maybe a bonus bet. I don't know what the over-under is, but I could see this being a low-scoring game. So anyway.
It's insane. I just haven't seen enough of the Falcons, man, to give me confidence that they can be consistent and keep crushing it, man. I'm looking at the stats from last week, and I just don't see it in there, man. I don't, they had, what's his face, they hit for an 85-yard busted play. They don't
Yeah,
get
the Bills
that.
couldn't tackle, man,
Yeah.
like watching that game. So
Yeah,
who knows
it
how
wasn't
good
anything
really
Atlanta
is,
did that just stomped them. Now, hey, they had good defense. They only held the Buffalo to 14, but at the end of the day, their points really came off of busted plays, missed tackles, and I don't know, man. I think the 49ers get them coached up, bottom line.
Yeah.
Luker, how do you feel about Monday night Texans at Seahawks? The Hawks at home giving away 3.5, so Texans are getting 3.5. Can the boys from Houston walk into Seattle and take down Darnold and company?
Well, they do. It'll probably be because of their fantastic defense and the fact that they're coming off the bye, so they've had some time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, on the offense, still a young quarterback going into Seattle. Opportunity to prove himself, but Seattle is a hard place to play. The 12th man will be going nuts out there in Seattle on a Monday night. And Seattle, at the same time, they're making me eat my words that I said they were overrated because their offense and defense, I was checking the stats, they're ranked, better than average. So they're, top third in the league. And it seems like they're really starting to come together with this coach and everything. I think they play together well as a team.
Yeah, they're going on the road and winning.
Offensive, defense picks each other up. And finally, my last point on Seattle is that they're 4-2. They've got to find a way to separate themselves from the Rams and from the 49ers. So to me, this is a huge game for Seattle to try to win.
Monday night.
To stay in front in that division. So I think they'll show up. I think they can beat the Texans and cover the 3.5 points.
Luke, I can't disagree with the guy. And why? 2 words, Monday night. Number 2, Luker, we're going for the 12th man. The Hawks are coming to town. They're at home. I don't see that electricity that those – Luke's over here flapping his wings, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm having trouble, focusing. But at the end of the day, I'm with you, G. 12th man is too big. Sam Darnold too good. He's spinning it. He's lights out right now. He's throwing the heck out of the thing.
And they got another good receiver, just like Tampa Bay, the guy from Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson.
Dude, we'll take
like-
anybody out
yeah.
of Ohio State right now, wide
Yeah.
receivers. I don't care. Anybody on the squad freaking can play in the NFL. But at the end of the day, their defense is all united. They're healthy. They're at home. Monday night, everybody's going to be up for the game. I think they're too much to handle. At 3.5, I like it. I think the offense can get it going. I think they can cover. And at the end of the day, Luker, it's Hawks, even giving up the 3.5.
I knew Luke was given the code for Seahawks because the guy likes anything to do with the ocean and the water. So
Yeah, he's our waterman, allegedly.
Seabirds are coming,
Let's go.
man.
Luke, that's get serious, dude. And that right there, my friend, is week 7, Luker. Produce that joker. Luke Roman, best producer in the business, folks. Garrett Riley, Rob Sparks. That's a legal formation. Week 7, we got to do better than 20%. Let's get this thing back on the road. G, give me a recap. Let me see.
Let's do a roundup.
We got roundup. We got the Thursday night game, Steelers-Bengals.
I'm on the Steelers, you're on the Bengals.
Got it.
We're both on the Bucks on Monday night. And this is kind of scaring me that we're all have the same picks here.
4.5.
20%. But we're on the Bucks on Monday night. We're both on the Dolphins on Sunday afternoon. We're both on the 49ers on Sunday night. And we're both on Seattle
Hawks.
on Monday night. And maybe by week 8, we can figure out if a Seahawk is a real bird or not. I remember that from last year.
Yeah, go back, check the tapes, Looker. At the end of the day, it's the +3 for the Fins with me, G. That's the difference maker. That's a legal formation. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody chiming in for wanting a spot on the guest host. We'll get back to you. Anyway, Looker, let's go. Week 7, legal formation. Let's do a little better than last week, Luke. Can we?
I mean,
That's why he's the best.
Depends
in
on
the
who wins the games.
That's why he's the best in the
you guys
business,
did
folks.
pretty bad.
That's why he's the best in the business.
You might-
Get serious.
You might be getting better.
Let's get after it.
Nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.